It's never enough, but I think we've done a really good job.
This was a significant achievement and could not have been realized without the tremendous efforts of city staff.
I want to thank them of how they've approached this in a very humane way, in a way that brings integrity to this process and so on. And I know some people have complained they're not satisfied. We're always working to refine these challenges as we face them.
And I don't like sides, so I work with anybody who wants to make a difference.
Well, but I mean, there are two sides to this, right? There are folks who want permanent housing, and then there's the city whose goal is to clear the encampments at the end of the day.
Do you think that Streets to Homes or other outreach organizations don't have a relationship with the folks that you're offering to help facilitate?
But Streets to Homes, they say they come every other day, which that don't happen.
How often do they come?
When they feel like it. 6 weeks ago, it said, yes, I'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks has come, nobody showed up. And then they say, oh, well, you can phone 311.
Or anything? If you have any other questions, you can contact 311.
You want to pull parks?
But instead of destroying it, we
The
pull
Parks
parks every day. I
Ambassadors just
literally
left and they said they had no idea what was going on. So I'm just trying to get a sense of like, if the plan is to take down the tent.
Who should I ask then?
The mayor.
The mayor.
I do work for the city. If you have any questions, feel free to call 311.
Okay, I phoned 311. I even emailed the girl that come. I still have not got an email back that, oh, sorry, I'm still working on a place for you. And there's no beds in the shelter. Even if some of us wanted to go to a shelter, there's no beds available.
There's no beds.
No beds at all.
None.
Thank you for calling the City of Toronto. You have reached Central Intake, which provides referrals for individuals and families seeking emergency shelter assistance or 24-hour respite services.
Thank you for calling the City of Toronto. Speaking, how may I help you?
Yes, I'm calling to see if you have any beds available for men for tonight.
What's your first and last name?
Douglas Johnson.
Because there's like different names for different things. I have to create a new intake for you because it's already showing the name that you're giving me.
Okay.
It's showing that you're in a shelter. So obviously it's not you, right?
No, it's not me.
But it does seem there's still a wait for spaces across the city. I tried to see if there's anything available, but not at this point.
Oh, okay. So what does that mean? Do I go on a list or?
Well, we already started the file for you. You just have to keep calling every hour or a few hours to check it.
Streets to Homes and our outreach partners have helped more than 850 people move from encampments into safe indoor spaces. And we've been able to clear more than 60 encampments.
So I was one of the people who actually got cleared and got to go into a hotel, actually Victoria and King. It was horrible. They say that I'm going to be in a room by myself, and then they added somebody else in with me, a male to boot. I have no privacy. I have serious mental health problems. It was like worse than being in jail.
You can't throw someone in a building with mental health issues and think that they can do it, and they can't, and then you're not following up with them. So then this is how people, the drug use, and then people end up dying and stuff like that. Like at my building, my friend actually, I watched him die because they didn't even have adequate training to save his life.
We have our problems, some of us worse than others, but a lot of us just want housing. A lot of us can't live in shelters.
They helped in a way, but they didn't really continue to help. Now basically I'm like back outside from being inside. Like they'll give you temporary housing and then they brush you out under, they put you in a hotel and they kick you out, and then you have nowhere to go, and then you're not their problem anymore, right?
Nobody cares about us. It's like we're a nuisance to them. It's like we're a bed bug in their building that they just want to exterminate. They don't care. If you guys cared about us, you would help us. You would try and put us in some kind of housing. You wouldn't leave us out here or have people put us down or treat us different because we're the same. Because we don't have big bank accounts like the rest of you. We don't have family. You guys are gonna, what? Throw us to the sharks?
Hey there.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
Good. Can I ask what you're doing here?
We're doing a homeless cleanup for the city of Toronto.
Clean up, meaning you're going to destroy this person's home?
Well, I wouldn't really call it a home right now. It's just a structure, but yes, the city has deemed it to be taken down. And they've asked the guy to be removed. So they've left him a note, and he is happily left.
He has happily left.
Yes, sir.
That's actually not true. I know that for sure. He's still living in this tent right here.
Well, he's currently not in the tent right now.
So if he leaves the tent for 5 minutes to do things, then it's fair game to destroy it?
The last time this happened in the valley, a number of beds in the city were set aside for each number of people that were issued the Understood. A lot of those people did not accept those services, which is their right. Yes. But the stuff still needs to move.
I just wanted to ask if this person has been offered any alternative housing at all?
Oh, I'm sure he has. We were working with Streets to Homes to get everybody, appropriate housing during this situation. So,
I'm under the impression that the person has just been issued an eviction notice without being offered any alternative housing. Is that correct?
I wouldn't know, but I doubt that. I don't know.
So nobody here knows the answer to that question?
I have never been here before myself.
You're essentially just tearing up his home and everything he owns without offering anything else.
That's something you got to bring up with the city. They issued eviction notices.
The city is here right now. The city says that they are offering people alternatives before they destroy their homes. He's just going to have to get a donated tent and set up somewhere else. Like, well, what is the point of you doing this other than to hassle him?
I can't answer questions.
That I can almost for sure tell you that this individual was contacted, was given those services.
We actually have nothing to do with this. We didn't know any of this was happening. We were just passing through. I have no answers.
So who took the structure down?
I'm telling you, we have no idea.
You don't know who took it down?
No, you showed up. You've been here for longer than we have.
Is Streets to Homes coming or not?
They were here, sir. But
When were they here?
I guess they left 5 minutes ago.
They were. I've been videotaping the whole time. I know what Streets to Homes is.
If he hasn't been offered indoor space, which he hasn't because Streets to Homes isn't here, then we're gonna take the tent so that at least he's got somewhere
Streets
to
to
sleep.
Homes were here.
No, they weren't. No, they were not.
Ali Khan's been here
I'm
all
sorry,
day.
they
Those
were not
remarks
here.
about-
But you're not supposed to take tents unless somebody's been
I'm
offered.
not going to debate that.
Unless somebody's been offered
It's
another
already
place.
occurred. All I'm doing is passing on the information to the street team.
But
You guys were here and you had some concerns.
you're botching agreements. It's going to have consequences.
Streets to Homes will continue to check on and work with people who do remain outside, and will distribute sleeping bags and blankets.
Oh, but we're doing a wellness check on you.
Do the safety and wellness checks.
Safety and wellness checks? Did you bring any safety supplies or anything?
They don't bring anything when they come, right?
A can of water. There's like 6 of us in our group. Oh, here's a 6-pack of canned water. Wellness check my ass.
That's illegal under Section 8 of the Canadian Charter.
But we're hoping you'll work with Streets to Homes.
But still, yeah, at 1:30, then what's going to happen?
Well, hopefully that won't happen. We really want you to work with Streets to Homes. If anyone's refusing to leave the site, we don't want to get Toronto Police Service involved to do trespass to properties, right?
I mean, we've heard mixed reviews about the ambassadors doing some fairly coercive things the day before you all show up to try and get people to kind of accept what you're offering. You haven't heard anything about that?
For my role, I work with everybody. So
yeah.
I mean, there's good and bad reviews of everybody.
For sure,
There's
for
bad
sure.
reviews of Parks ambassadors. There's good and bad reviews about me.
Why they cut my tent and indoor? What is the reason? What is the reason they do this? Why? Why they did that?
If you ask around, I go to great lengths to not use enforcement.
I'm a resident of Alexandra Park. The ATF came in here last night and destroyed this camp. They destroyed half my campsite. All my tents are destroyed except one. We all had to huddle in one tent last night. They had heavy weaponry pulled out.
Lasers on your body?
Taser dots, everything.
Yeah.
They had me down here at gunpoint for about 10 minutes before I was able to get up.
Yeah, and then over on the
over
concrete?
there on the floor, and then I had a seizure on the floor over there.
Yeah.
This is what your hard-earned tax dollars is doing.
Yeah.
Innocent people that destroyed all of our clothes, our tents, our stoves, our sleeping bags are all soaking wet.
Just trying to stay safe for winter.
Yeah, it was all totally winterized.
Yeah, if you could just state your name.
Dan Bro.
Okay, and so you're here today to physically remove two encampment residents?
Nope, we were here today to provide offers to people to come inside.
So they turned down the offers, right?
Like one person kind of did.
And so what happened with those who turned down the offers? They were forcibly removed from the park?
There's two people that I have let know that those offers continue to stand. So.
Yeah, okay, but can you confirm how many police officers and how many corporate security guards there are here?
That's not my department.
I counted at least 20 on the way in.
Okay.
You can confirm that one resident was escorted out of the park by several police officers. Just
yeah, I did see that.
And police actively tell us they don't want to be here. They don't want to be here when we're doing this work. They don't want to be here unless we require their support. And we let them know that we don't need police presence, then they're listening to us.
They woke us up at 7:20 in the morning and they're saying, tear your tents down right now. And I know my rights. They decided to surround me with like, I don't know how many cops and bylaw, like I was gonna do something. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm just walking. You guys are telling me what to do. I'm a free person.
They wouldn't let me near my things. They said they had about 14 people here or 10 people here. Hovered all around so I couldn't get by. Get away, they said get away from social distancing and everything. Get away from my space. I said, I want in my tent, please. At least give me 10, 15 minutes to get my belongings. My coat, oh my God, they wouldn't even let me near it. They slashed it all up and tore it and put it and let the big truck come. Get out of the way, the truck's gonna run you over.
And we've been able to clear more than 60 encampments. However, we continue to estimate there's about 400 people that remain outside living in encampments.
We think that was an undercount. Most agencies and organizations, even if they can't speak out because they're city funded, think that's an undercount.
The report identifies the actions that were implemented in the first phase. What was successful? And the goal is to ensure that the shelter system is positioned well to respond effectively to a resurgence of COVID-19 this fall.
And this latest winter plan that the city has is a congregate setting at the Better Living Center, which we all know is not actually better living. People who have actually gone into this space have told us that they were forced to take cold showers in mobile trailers. They've told us about the lack of privacy. They've shown us the plexiglass that look like little dystopian prisons. The lights are on 24/7. Imagine trying to sleep. I can see how being outside would be a much better option than this.
It is clear they're not going to be ideal from the standpoint of other kinds of safety and sanitation issues, because they're little structures that and anybody thinking about it would sort of say that is not a safe option. It is not an option where we can just have people putting any kind of structure into a park whenever they want. It just,
can tear down my tent, arrest me, do what you want to do. I'm not leaving until I have something I'm comfortable and feel safe in.
Staying the course and shifting investments into housing-focused projects will not be easy,